Hello, this is Trent Bowders from Rose-Hulman, and I'm here with the Flow Reminder team going to go over the function and options list for our C2 or design concept number 2. So here in column A we have the functions with the bolded subfunctions, and then also we have the options of each function, which are columns B through G. And so also we have 3 initial designs that we'll choose from these functions and options. We will have design 1, which is a high cost, design 2, which is the intermediate or medium cost, and design 3, which is a lower cost option. And so initially I will go over this function and options table and kind of just describe what each one of these mean. So for the container electronics, we have our power function, which means how will we power this container or device. One of the ways would be just a USB portal, so it would hook up to the chill hub's USB using like a double male connection. We would have a wall outlet, which would just be a standard charger, prong charger, that would plug into your wall. Or we would just have replaceable batteries, so double A's, a C battery, maybe even a triple A's or something like that. As far as the charging platform, that would be how are we going to charge our device. So we could have designated slots like a walkie-talkie, and it'd be something like this where we would have one container that would have each one of these individual slots, and then each one of the cubes would just slide into its designated spot. We could do a single charging container where our cubes would be connected in some sort of way, and then let's just say this end cube, this yellow one, would be our charging cube, which would not hold pills, but it would charge all the rest of these cubes simultaneously. Or we could just do a direct wire connect, which would be each cube would plug into the chill hub and power through USB. Of course, the geometry will change from that picture. As far as the charging style, it's just how will we charge, transfer the power from cube to cube. And so one of our ideas was a prong charger, kind of like the mini bits, where we would use these prongs and they would just plug into each other. Another idea would be a breadboard port, so like a smartphone, just use this smaller end, and the cubes would plug into each other, kind of in that fashion. Or we would do the individual battery pack, where each cube would have a battery pack inside of it, and you would just charge that. For the container notifications, it would be how would the container or our cubes alert the consumer. So we can do an audio focus where it would display a sound to notify the consumer. We would have a vibrational focus where maybe the devices or the cubes will vibrate. And then also we have an LED focus where it would notify the user through LED. Software will be basically the software for all of the iPhone app, and then also for our design. So the Wi-Fi connectivity, how will we apply that to our design? Well, each individual container could have Wi-Fi connectivity. That way it's mobile, and you could just take 2 or 3 of these cubes with you and leave the others in the fridge. And the 2 or 3 that you would take with you would be Wi-Fi applicable. Or you just have kind of sort of like the charging platform where you would have one single charging container. Well, you could have also one single primary component container that would just be Wi-Fi applicable, so only one at the end would be Wi-Fi connected. Or you could just have no Wi-Fi connectivity at all. As far as the phone application and the safety with it, you could just have a password for the app, or you could just not have any at all, just depending on what we would want to do. We also have the phone application alarm, so how will this alert the consumer via smartphone? So you could do an audio focus, kind of like the container notification, where just display a sound. You could do a vibrational focus where the phone would vibrate. You do a sound focus, which is sort of the same as audio, but maybe just more specific in a sense that you could use the music from the user's iPhone and display that sound, so a song or something of that sort. You can have a written notification inside the app that will just pop up and tell the user that it's time to take their medication. Of course, have a timer, just like the app on your phone where you have a timer. It would just show and display the times that you need to take. Or you could have a screen lock message, kind of like a text message on your screen lock on your phone where it just pop up even though your phone is locked. We would also have the phone application info, so what kind of information will this app present? One of the things would be what types of pills are presented in each container, the refill dates, so when is your next prescription supposed to be refilled and stuff like that. You can input your doctor and pharmacy contact info, and then maybe also we thought about maybe a WebMD link that will, you just have a hyperlink that if you don't really remember which medication is what, you can look on the side of the pill with the number and then just type it into WebMD and it can tell you which pill it is. For the app container display, we're trying to think of what the app will actually show as far as our container. So one of the ideas would be container schematic, so it would just be an overview of all of our containers together, sort of like this, where the app itself would just show the Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday containers as one. So let's just say it's Monday and it's time to take your pills. This Monday container in the app will just have will just be highlighted in a sense where it says, all right, it's time to take your pills. It'll start flashing, and only that Monday would flash because that day would be Monday. We could have no display where it's just all alarms and information. We could do a general to specific, so you would have that container schematic like this previous image I just showed. So you'd have that, and then if it's Monday, you could click into that Monday and it'll just show that Monday container. So just say this yellow one is Monday and forget about the black or any other of these colors. So the app would just show this Monday container and also the types of pills inside of it. So you would have to log that information in, but as soon as you do so, you can log in or click that Monday container and it'll show you those pills. It could also show you when, if you need to take your pills by day or by the week and or monthly times. As far as the hardware, we're thinking to insulate each one of these containers, and we could do a temperature focus or a humidity focus since we will be inside the fridge and taking them out. And the idea is to make these containers mobile and detachable. We also wanted the safety lock on our containers, so whether it be a button latch, a slide, or a turn lock, some sort of interference lock like injection molding, like a cantilever snap or something like that. Or if we really wanted to get into it, we could do a thumb scanner. For the connecting features, we could do like a threaded container, sort of like this, where each one of the containers would thread into another, and you just unthread them, whichever one you wanted it to go. Some sort of magnetic connecting feature where they just connect through magnets, or a male-female lock or connecting feature. As far as pill detecting, how will we detect the pills in each container? One way would just be to detect whether the containers have been open or closed. Use some sort of load cell, so just see if there's any weight in that container or not. Maybe a laser sensor at the bottom of each container, or even a infrared sensor at the bottom of the container. As far as the geometry goes for each container, the shape, it could be a sphere, a cube, a cylinder, or just multiple of these. Pills per container, so the size, we could do about 5, 10, or 15, or even more if we really wanted to. That would be the amount of pills it could hold per container. And then orientation is how will this device and all of the containers sit in the fridge, the chill hub. So it could be vertically, so you stack them vertically. That'd be like the threaded option. Horizontally, so you just lay them from according to Monday, all the way through Sunday. You can have them in a cube to where all of them will connect to each other and form a cube in your fridge. Or what you can do is combine the vertical and horizontal, where each day is labeled and you lay that horizontally, and then if you have multiple times you need to take your pills, just buy extra containers and stack them vertically. So if you have to take pills on the morning, afternoon, and evening, you can just have 3 containers for Monday. As we get into our 3 designs, the first one would be the high cost, so this would be the Cadillac version. And as a team, we're thinking that we would just have the USB portal. So the highlighted boxes or cells are the ones that we're going to include in our design. So USB portal, that's how it's going to be powered. Just have one container be the charging block for all of them. Use the prong chargers like the little bits, and then have it audio, vibrate, and LED notify the consumer. As far as the software goes, each individual container would be Wi-Fi connectable. That way you can take them wherever you want to go, and they still have the information on them. Also, the app would have a password. The app would be notify the user by audio, vibration, so sound. You can go into their music library. Written notification, a timer, and then also a screen lock message. The app info will contain the pills present, the refill dates, doctor and pharmacy contact info, and also the links to WebMD. As far as the display, the container will have just an overall schematic, and then you can zoom in or click on each day, and it'll open up another screen where it shows just the specific containers, and then also it'll just show the monthly information. As far as the hardware goes, the installation would both be temperature and humidity focused. The safety lock would be a thumb scanner, kind of like the iPhone. We'll connect them through magnets, and then to detect the pills, we could do a load cell and then also a laser sensor. As far as the shape would be, we could do multiple shapes, and then also have the container size be around 15 pills per container, and then also stack them, have them be able to stack and charge and work horizontally and vertically. So the medium cost, go over that one real quick. It would be USB, have a USB portal, so just use a double male USB cord to charge the containers and to be applicable with the chill hub. Again, use the single charging container, so have one block just be solely for charging and containing the information. Use the little bits, prong chargers type of thing. Have a vibrational focused, and then the LED notifications. So the Wi-Fi, again, the individual containers would have Wi-Fi connectivity. Have the app with the container password. The app would be vibrational, and then also the sound focus, so you can go into their library for their music. Also have a timer and a screen lock message. The info would just have the pills and the refill dates, and then the app container display would be general to the specific, so it would just show just the overview, and then also you can just specify by clicking whichever day it is, and then it'll open up that container for you, and then also just show a weekly information. As far as the installation goes, we would just do humidity focus. Safety lock would just be a slide or turn lock mechanism. We'll connect the containers through magnets again. To detect the pills, we'll do like maybe an open close latch detection, and then the load cell to see if there's any pills in there. As far as the shape goes, we'll do a cube, and then the pills per container will be around 10, and then the orientation again will be the day horizontally and time vertically. And then the low cost would also be USB applicable. That way it can plug into the chill hub. We'll use the designated slots like the walkie-talkie. use the charging style would be a breadboard port, kind of like the smartphone, the end of the smartphone charger. The notification would just be the LED lights. As far as the software goes, we'll use a single primary component. So that charging block would just be the one that's Wi-Fi applicable. As far as the app safety, we won't have any password or anything. The alarms for the app would just be a noise, so an audio focus, and then also a timer. As far as the application info, we'll do the code present inside each individual container, and then have the container display just be the overall container schematic. As far as the hardware goes, we'll just do temperature focused insulation. So when you take it out of the fridge, just try to insulate it and keep that temperature inside the container the same, or at least try to. The safety lock would just be an easy button latch. The connecting feature would just thread each container into each other. To detect the pills, we'll just do an open-close latch detection. So if somebody opens the latch or closes it, that's the way we can detect if there's pills or not inside that container. As far as the geometry goes, we'll just use cylinders. That way we can thread them in an easy way. The pills per container size would be about 5, and then the orientation would be then vertical. So those are our 3 designs within our C2 design, so our second design. And please provide some input on this, and we look forward to moving forward with the project. Thank you.